When a routine space mission goes horribly wrong, the two remaining survivors must work together to survive in the deafness of space. But before I start off, this review will feature spoilers, because I want to kind of give a full review, and there will be spoilers. So if you haven't watched the film, wait till you have watched the film to watch this, because I will be giving certain plot points away. So let's get going. So the film stars George Clooney and Sandra Bullock as two scientists. Basically, he's the veteran. He's done loads of space missions. He's been doing it for years, and she's kind of the rookie. She'll be doing the training and everything. This is her first space mission, and basically, a Russian satellite gets blown up, and the debris field kind of basically destroys what they're doing. She kind of gets detached and kind of starts kind of moving to space, and it's basically just a series of disasters that basically happen, and she's trying to kind of basically just survive and kind of get home and everything. And the film opens with subtitles and stuff saying that there is no sound in space and all that stuff, and it just opens with this absolutely beautiful just tracking shot of this. It's just like the Earth kind of spinning, and then after a while you see George Clooney's character kind of come into shot, and he's just kind of floating around. And the first, I'll say, tracking shot is, I couldn't really find kind of where they edited it, which is a good thing, because it looked like a really long take. I don't think there's too much editing actually in this film. I mean, there's no it's quite a collection of quite long shots, but it's absolutely, the one thing that you'll realise is absolutely beautiful. Definitely the best, visually the best film of the year by far. No one can argue that. It just looks amazing. I don't know how they filmed it, whether they did it all on a green screen, whether there's rigs and stuff kind of making them float around and everything. I don't know how they did it, but on film it looks absolutely beautiful. In 3D it looks absolutely amazing. Honestly, you'll be blown away by some of these shots. It's just really, really well shot, and it's beautiful to look at and everything. Directed very well by Alfonso Cuarón. Prisoner of Azkaban, Y tu mamá también, Children of Men. I believe he's directed one or two other ones, I think. I can't off the top of my head, but really good. George Clooney again gives a great performance. He's kind of this cocky kind of space guy, I guess. And Sandra Bullock does a really good job as basically the rookie who it's like her first job, and she doesn't cope with it amazingly well for what stuff that happens. And I'll first get out of the way. The only really thing that I found that was bad with the film was sometimes the plot just kind of plodded along a bit. I mean, it's just basically this one thing happens, and then something else bad happens, then she tries to fix it, then something else bad happens, she tries to fix it, and then something else bad happens, she kind of tries to get home and everything. And it's only about 20 minutes, half an hour in the middle of the film where it was just kind of the plot kind of plodded along a bit. That's really the only bad thing about this film. The other thing that I've noticed was the music and the sound design of the film was absolutely amazing. There's this bit in the film, kind of like I say, spoilers, later on in the film, where where Sandra Bullock's character kind of crashes down to Earth, and I haven't heard anyone else mention this in any reviews, and I don't know if I'm the only one who may have noticed it. But basically, the pod lands in this, I think, a river or a lake or something, and she's basically she has to kind of let the water in so she can kind of get out. And basically the sound design, it's kind of, the music is playing, but when she's under the water, the music stops for like a second. Then when she's out of the water, it kind of starts off again. It's just really, really good. It's the sound just stops whenever she's under the water, and then it kind of starts again when she's out of the water, which I thought was really, really good. Kind of, it gets, again, sound design just really, really well. It was really well, just an all-round a really well-made film. You know, there's no kind of, like I say, apart from that bit in the plot, there really is no downside to this film, really. It's beautiful to look at. The acting is great. George Clooney isn't in it for that long, actually. He dies about, I don't know, well, someone said 14 minutes, but I'm pretty sure it's longer than that. Basically, they get hit by this debris, and basically she's caught up in this this parachute thing, the cords in this parachute, and he makes her let him go, and he just kind of floats off into space, and that's it. Well, I say that's the last you see of him. And then later in the film, I thought this was a great plot device as well. Basically, she's trying to kind of work out how to kind of propel this thing she's in to kind of get home, basically. And George Clooney's character comes back, kind of knocks on the window of this pod thing, kind of comes in, and then it's not actually him. It's her hallucination, but it's just kind of, it's a thing that's been in the back of her mind. Like, she knows what to do. She knows what to do. She just can't, like, bring it to the front of her mind. And basically his apparition kind of comes in and tells her what to do. And then it's like it shows him, then it shows her, then it shows her turn around and he's gone. I love that. I really like that. Again, just a great. I mean, sometimes when films do that, you think, oh god, but in this film it really, really works. And there's a really nice scene where she's basically just given up. You know, she's sat in this pod. She turns all the oxygen off and tries to die a painless death. And before that, she kind of tunes into this radio frequency. And it's basically this Chinese, I think it's a fisherman, kind of singing a lullaby to this baby, and she's just kind of like, keep singing to kind of like make her drift off and everything. Which I thought it just really shows the kind of helplessness that these people must feel. Well, people would have felt. I don't think this happens a lot in real life. And the other thing that I didn't really notice, but kind of scientists did when they saw the film, that there are some kind of scientific inaccuracies, kind of things that float off into space shouldn't do, and things that don't float off into space should do. But I didn't really notice any of that stuff. And there's a bit where she's like sat in the pod and she's crying, and I'm thinking, shouldn't the tears kind of float off into the distance? And that's exactly what they did. And I thought I was just thinking it, and then it just happened. It was really good. The other really good thing about it is the perfect length. You know, these people that direct kind of sci-fi movies, it's not technically a sci-fi movie, I don't think. It's just more of a thriller. But people who make sci-fi make these these 3-4 hour kind of cinematic opuses, make too much of it. But it's the perfect length. It's 90 minutes. You're never bored. I'll say that. Yeah, like I say, you're never bored. It's a perfect length. So yeah, that's the really good thing about it as well. So most of the 3D movies today is kind of redundant. You know, it's just a thing to bring more money to the film. Just things coming at you in the screen, just to kind of just make use of the 3D just a little bit. And this film used it very, very well. It just gave it a really kind of like a depth of vision that really, I wouldn't say made the film better, but I would recommend see this in 3D. If you're not a fan of 3D, definitely see this in 3D. It really is worth it. You know, it really, like I say, brings a better kind of depth of vision. And I mean, a space movie is just like begging for 3D, and this is one that does it really well. You know, it's not, there are a couple of bits where kind of things come to the screen at you, but it's never used in kind of a kitsch, like a cheesy or a kitsch way. You know, it really adds something to the story. The other thing I really like about the film is the kind of the shooting style of it. Basically, yeah, there's loads of kind of like really nice sweeping kind of tracking shots of like the Earth from space and everything, but there's also kind of real personal bits in it. Like there's bits where Sandra Bullock's character is kind of flying through space, and it kind of switches to first person view, which kind of really gives it that more kind of catastrophic feel to the film, which I really, really liked. The shooting style I really liked about the film. And a great final shot as well. Basically, she's parachuted from this pod in space, and she enters the Earth atmosphere. She crashes into this lake. She escapes the pod. She takes a step onto land. She kind of falls over because like her equilibrium and everything is completely screwed up. And basically, she tries to get up. She can't get up. She finally gets up. She basically stands up. There's this great kind of shot where it's like on the floor, and it kind of pans up to her. And then it's like a low shot, and you just kind of walk forward a bit, and the subtitle Gravity just flies onto the screen, which I thought was a great closing shot for a great film. So in summary then, a fantastic film for absolutely beautiful visuals, great acting, great story, great music, great plot, and it's pretty damn good. Like I say, I recommend it, definitely see it in 3D. I'm going to give Gravity 3D a 9 out of 10. So thanks for taking the time out to watch this review. More reviews coming in the future, so until then, please rate, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.